If we look at today's epistle, St. Paul is insisting that he and his companions in the gospel are not making use of any underhanded methods. They're not tricking people. They're also not watering down the gospel. And this has been a temptation throughout the life of the church. In Paul's day, the temptation was largely to water down the radical freedom that Jesus Christ brings and to compel Gentile converts to submit to the law of Moses, because this would make it easier for the new Christian community to live side by side with Jews who had not accepted Jesus as the Messiah. A few centuries later on, there are attempts to reconcile different groups who hold different beliefs about who Jesus Christ is. There are attempts to come up with a united formula that both sides actually end up rejecting in what we call, I believe it's the monoenergism heresy, where one of the emperors tried, I suppose laudably, to come up with a formula that both the right-believing party and the, I don't remember which heresy it was, but that both sides could agree on. And, well, both sides rejected it as an adequate expression of who Jesus Christ is. In our own day, it seems like the main things that we want to water down are the necessity of Jesus Christ for salvation and also certain moral teachings of the church. So this is always a temptation for us, largely, I think, in order to help people get along. And that's laudable, that we want to live in peace with everyone. St. Paul says that as much as it depends on us, we should live in peace with everyone, but we can never do that at the expense of truth. Because if we ignore truth for the sake of getting along, then we can all end up going over the cliff to eternal destruction together. So, where am I going with this? We need to be able to hold together those two important things: charity, love for others, which often manifests itself as the desire to get along, but also that understanding that there is no real unity with other people aside from in the truth of Christ, in the truth of the gospel. So let us pray to God to fill us with a burning love for our neighbors, for those closest to us, for all people, and also to fill us with courage and wisdom to proclaim the fullness of the truth of the gospel and to do it in a way that shows forth the love, the freedom that God offers us, while also not backing down about the real demands that the gospel makes of us. Let us pray for this love, for this courage, and for this wisdom, so that, as St. Paul says, we might, by all means, save at least some of our brothers and sisters.